From now on, we'll manage the house ourselves. You need to find another place to live. My brother and his wife, supported by my mother, wanted me out, treating me like an obstacle, as if they'd forgotten I was the one covering the living expenses. The disrespect stunned me, and in that moment, I decided to act. I'm Carrie, a 30-year-old woman living with my parents after college. I tried to survive in the outside world but found it hard at first. I searched for jobs while receiving unemployment benefits, then discovered remote work and became a freelance engineer, using my scientific skills. I started with small projects, earning modest pay but gaining experience. Working from home let me earn enough without dealing with people too much, which slowly built my confidence. I progressed steadily, took on bigger projects, and my income grew until, after a year, I was earning as much as a regular company employee. The problem was my parents, especially my old-fashioned mother, who couldn't understand my work-from-home setup. No matter how carefully I explained it, she never really accepted it. My father understood, but my mother feared what she didn't understand, often saying things like, "How long will you stay home? I thought this was for your mental health, but it's been over 2 years. You should work outside more." She doubted my online work, asking how something online could be real, and even emails from clients and salary statements didn't convince her. She went as far as suggesting it might be something shady or some strange religion, which wasn't true. I received regular payments and had a reliable job, but she wouldn't budge, constantly worrying it was just unemployment benefits. I considered moving out, but I hadn't saved enough yet, and around that time my father's health declined. He needed nursing care, retired early, and faced a sudden loss of income. When I worried, he told me he had his pension and would manage, though knowing my mother's spending habits, I wasn't so sure. We started relying on savings, and my father looked tired, maybe anxious about the future. He had supported me through college and even when I came back home due to mental health issues, so I questioned whether I should really leave him alone. My mother was also confused by his sudden condition, and wanting to give back, I chose to stay and support the family. "Don't worry, Dad," I told him. "I'll take care of things from now on." He looked surprised and said he couldn't imagine I earned that much. So to reassure him, I showed him my bank account. Since my father had always understood my situation, I believed he would be convinced. "Carrie, I didn't know you were this stable. Yeah, my income has improved lately. Can you help us a little?" "Of course. You've done so much for us, so I'll support you from now on." "Thank you, Carrie." That promise led me to cover the household expenses, my father's medical bills, and other costs. Every month, I transferred a fixed amount to my father's bank account to help with expenses, set up a new main card for my mother, and gave her a supplementary card since she'd been using my father's credit card. My father and I saved whenever we could and encouraged my mother to do the same. Still suspicious of my support, my mother even suggested kicking me out. But my father, recognizing my financial contribution, convinced her it would be harder without me, and she reluctantly agreed to let me stay. I kept working while helping around the house, but my mother began taking my help for granted and grew strict. "Can't you finish your chores faster?" "Sorry, it's not easy. I'm working at the same time." "You always say that, but is it really that hard?" She never understood, and our relationship became more strained. My father understood my efforts, and we lived like that for a year until he fell ill and was hospitalized. I visited him every day. "Hey, Dad, how are you today?" "Thank you, Carrie. It doesn't seem to be getting better, but I hope I'm not a burden to you." "Don't think that way. Taking care of you isn't a burden." Still, I knew he and Mom weren't getting along. After his hospitalization, my relationship with my mother worsened, and living with her felt suffocating, yet I still wanted to support both my parents as a family. I remembered her making my lunchbox and carefully preparing dinner when I was a student. That perspective changed when my brother Kevin and his wife Mary suddenly arrived one day. My mother had invited them without telling me. My brother announced, "We're going to live here now." Shocked, I asked why. He said Mom was worried and thought it might be tough for you to stay here alone while Dad's not around. I turned to my mother, but she avoided my eyes. My brother added, "We'll support you, Carrie," while his wife hinted at something more with a smirk. My mother said, "Thanks, both of you. Carrie, be ready to contribute. Otherwise, it might be hard for you to stay in this house." Their sudden move-in was unexpected. My brother, a graduate of a prestigious college, worked for a solid company and likely earned well, but I was just as committed to my work. Could they really manage without me? A new chapter of living together began, and it was far tougher than I imagined. "Carrie, why aren't you up yet?" "Wake up and make breakfast," my brother's wife shouted, banging on my door. "I'm already up. I'm working early." I was fully awake and in work mode, since mornings were when I focused best, and I wanted to spend that time without any interruptions. Disturbances? Fine. Then hurry up and get breakfast ready. Do I have to make everything myself? Our family used to have relaxed mornings, eating whatever and whenever we wanted when it was just my mother and me, so I assumed it was normal for my brother's wife to prepare breakfast. She insisted, "We're living together now, so we need to cooperate, right?" Reluctantly, I helped make breakfast, but it still wasn't enough for them. "Is this all you made?" "This isn't enough." I had prepared soft scrambled eggs, a lettuce salad, buttered toast, and a juicy sausage. A decent breakfast, I thought. Did I miss something? "If you don't want it, you don't have to eat it." They looked shocked. "What's with that attitude? Who do you think you are? This is unacceptable. You should help with the housework." I said I had work to do too. Work? Really? I can't believe it. What kind of work is that? Are you crazy? My brother and his wife mocked and scolded me. My brother, shaped by my mother's views, often looking down on me. Still, my work time was precious. I went to my room, grabbed my laptop, and left the house. "Wait. Where are you going?" Ignoring him, I went straight to my father's hospital room. He looked surprised. "Carrie, what's wrong? You seem upset." I explained everything, and he sighed in disbelief. "I didn't know they were acting like that." "I'm sorry, Carrie. Don't worry. You can choose your own path." Feeling lost, I thought about my mother's comfort with Kevin around. My father reassured me, "You don't have to stay where you're uncomfortable. I want you to live happily, so live your life your way." "Thank you, Father." Encouraged, I decided to leave. When I returned that evening, the atmosphere was tense. My mother, brother, and sister-in-law stared at me. "Where were you?" "Brother, weren't you at work?" "I took the day off because of you." "How could you take a day off for that?" I was surprised at how easily my brother skipped work. Wasn't that irresponsible? Their voices grew sharper. "Get out of here," he said. "Why?" I asked. "Carrie, from now on the three of us will live together. If you don't want to stay, leave. We don't need your overbearing presence to support us." They tried to kick me out. "Carrie, that's enough. You don't need to be here now that your father is gone." Shockingly, my mother echoed them, treating me like a burden. Did she even understand my financial contributions, especially with her monthly branded purchases? What would she do when her allowance shrank? Furious and ignored no matter how much I explained, I decided to play a small trick. First, I transferred the money linked to my mother's credit card into an account I controlled, knowing she'd be shocked when the card stopped working. I also moved funds from my father's account that had been supporting the household, leaving only his medical expenses covered separately, without my mother knowing. Now, most of the family's financial burden rested on my brother and his wife. I didn't know his exact income, but I was sure he'd feel the weight immediately. After finishing everything, I packed my things and said, "I'm leaving this place." They looked stunned. Despite their constant harassment, they hadn't expected me to actually act. Yet, as I watched their faces, it almost seemed like they were enjoying it. "You're finally leaving. I've never seen such a troublesome person. You won't be coming back." The belittling was unbelievable. "Of course not. Don't contact me." They smiled as I left, but I wondered what they'd think once I was gone. Inside, I smiled too and stepped into a new life. My new place was calm, letting me enjoy my own time and focus on work. As expected, one day my brother called. "I told you not to contact me. What is it?" His voice was urgent and surprised. "Oh, that. Yes, that's right. Why are you asking now? Why didn't you tell me? We had no idea. I did mention it several times that I was working, but neither you nor Mom believed me, right?" "Well, Mom said a lot of things, and I was confused. So that's not my fault, right?" "Right, it's not. But we have a money problem. Mom's spending a lot, and we can't even pay utilities. I could manage before because I was supporting you in many ways. I'm not there anymore, so you have to handle it. Carrie, I need your help. Transfer some money to my account." "What?" "I'm begging you. Please send some money now." "You must be joking. You worked for a big company, didn't you?" "Well, I got fired." "What?" "I made a big mistake." "Was that before you moved back home?" His answer left me speechless. I'd guessed right. He came back thinking there was enough money in the house, probably relying on my father's pension after retirement. I wanted him to realize I'd been carrying the family finances despite seeming idle. Imagining the shock on his face when he learned the truth amused me, and the same revelation soon reached his wife and my mother. His wife pleaded, "We need your help. We're running out of savings." My mother added, "Your father is upset and won't contribute anymore. We're in trouble. I'd supported them enough. You're all healthy, so work hard and support yourselves. I'll cheer you on." A frightened voice pleaded, "Think about what you're doing." I'm hanging up. Don't contact me. But Carrie, wait. I cut them off. I distanced myself from my brother, his wife, and my mother. My father couldn't return to life with her, sought legal advice, and moved elsewhere. And I was thankful I could visit him daily. A friend later told me about my brother's situation. He moved into a small apartment and lived frugally. My mother, used to homemaking, struggled at her new job. My brother, confident from college, couldn't adapt to younger coworkers in his part-time role and didn't last long. His wife became the sole provider, working hard to support them, but the pressure overwhelmed her, and she eventually left. Now my brother and mother work together, yet my mother's overspending continues and debts keep growing. I worry about her, but I can't help anymore. I'm putting my energy into a comfortable life, my income is steadily rising, and I'm thinking of trying something new. Most of all, I want to visit my father every day and spend more time with him, just to see his warm smile.